Good Friday afternoon, everybody. Today is day 17, and feeling good, doing good. I ain't smelling good. You can tell by today's title, how's the Halibut Harold or Super Stinky God It's Awful Kill Me Halitosis. One of the side effects of a low-carb, high-protein diet is bad breath due to the chemical process of ketosis, because you're burning your fat and proteins in your body instead of carbohydrates, blah, 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 blah. I'm not a doctor. I just know how to read WebMD. Matter of fact, I put the quote on above the video from WebMD that says, if your breath stinks, you're probably doing a good job of sticking to your diet. Well, guess what? I'm kicking this diet's butt up and down the street, across town, and halfway to Cuba. Because my breath stinks. Like, I'll wear a CPAP like I would assume all obese people should if they want a good night's sleep. When I went and got tested for my CPAP, they tried to put one of them little nose cover things on it. I don't know if y'all seen my nose. The cover was huge, but I've always slept with my mouth open, slightly, and you can't do that with just a nose cover, because if you do, you go and you can't breathe. So they put a full mask on me, and I've had one ever since. Well, yesterday morning, I woke up and since my daughter's going back to college, our lap dog that weighs 80 pounds, Callie Jane, has started sleeping in mine and Johnny's bed again with us, and at the foot of the bed. And I woke up thinking, oh my God, Callie Jane has crapped in the floor just because of the smell. I sat up on the edge of the bed, and of course this is at 3:45 in the morning. Sitting there, I rub my eyes, I go to reach and turn the CPAP machine off. I have to hit the off button, it goes off, the air quits moving. And before I can get the mask off of me, I about suffocate myself. Because, oh my God. And I'm not going to say OMG because it's worse than OMG. It was oh my God. And so I came to work yesterday and started investigating, and sure enough, it's because of the diet. What can I do about it? Well, I can brush my teeth, scrub my tongue, scrub my gums, scrub the roof of my mouth. Works for about 30 minutes. Because it's not a dental hygiene problem. It is chemicals in your saliva and your breath moving over the saliva. The only way to keep the smell down is to chew mint leaves, drink lots of water, keep your mouth wet with water movement. Now, that's easy enough to do during the day, but when you're asleep, no. So fortunately for my wife, I sleep with the CPAP mask. The only person who has to suffer from it during the night is me. Because I'm exhaling through the CPAP, and it's mixing in with all the fresh air that's going through the exhaust, blah, 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 blah. Another technical term that I'm an air conditioning guy. I don't know anything about that. But that's where that is. And I hate it. If you're around me and my breath stinks, just say something so I'll take a drink of water or something, because I'm not dropping the diet because it's working wonderful. Y'all just going to have to smell me. They go on WebMD, a dentist is interviewed, and he says if it was me and I was dropping weight, I'd just buy some more sugar-free mints. So that's I'm not going to buy sugar-free mints. I've looked into growing me some fresh mint indoors. I'm going to get me a pot here in my office and probably a pot at the house, just so I can have fresh mint when I need it, and just put a baggie of leaves in my pocket. Cops probably pulled me over and wonder if I'm smoking pot, but it's going to be, yeah, I'm smoking, chewing on mint leaves. So, I guess that's the end of most of today's update. It's been a good day food-wise. I told y'all yesterday that I'd take some measurements. I did. Didn't bring them with me today. I left them on the dresser at the house. I'll have to get my wife to transpose them or read them to me so I can transpose them, because she wrote them down. And I never learned how to read hieroglyphics. And she should have been a doctor, but she's not. But I also told you I'd go into this list that Leslie gave me. The list asks us to take a few minutes to thoroughly read the list every day. And it's basically asking us to write down 10 reasons or personal goals and desires to lose the weight. So, not in order necessarily of which ones I want the most, because they're going to change day to day. Because some days I want some of them more than others. You know, it just depends on how you feel that day. Just kind of like you either want Corn Flakes or Rice Krispies. The first one I got written down was I'd like to walk my youngest daughter, Jackie, down the aisle if she ever decides to get married. If. Second one is I'd love to be able to chase my grandkids in the yard. Because when little Ma was first born, and 1, 2, about 5 years ago, 4 years ago, I couldn't run and chase her, but I could walk quick. Now, I might hop on a lawnmower and chase her. But that'd be about it. The third reason, I'd like to see my grandkids graduate. And attached to that is I'd like to live long enough to be an embarrassment to my great-grandkids. Because, of course, our goal as parents and grandparents is to embarrass our children and grandchildren, as well as love them, but definitely got to embarrass them. Fourth reason, I'd like to have more than 60 wedding anniversaries because I love my wife. She's a good woman. She puts up with me. So I'd like to have more than 60 anniversaries with her. That means we got our 28th coming up 2 weeks from today on August 8th. So that means in order to have more than 60, I've got to have 33 more after this one. That'll get me to 61. 33 more will make me 82. 82 is just 3 years short of my goal of smoking 4 Cuban cigars a day and drinking whiskey again. Because that's what I'm doing at 85. Got to have a goal. I'm going to skip number 5 and come back to it toward the end. Number 6, I'd like to once again be able to buy a cheap piece of something to wear at Walmart that don't come in the camping department in a big bag for other people to sleep in. Number 7, I'd love to climb Clingman's Dome in the Smoky Mountain National Park again. And this time with my grandkids. The last time I did it was with Jackie. And I was in relatively pretty decent shape. And it was a butt then. And I can tell you right now, they might want to have some EMTs about 100 steps up it if I was to try it now. Maybe 25 steps up it if I was to try it now. And somebody's going to drop me off at the foot of the sidewalk to get 25 steps. Number 8. I would like to comfortably get into, out of, sit in, and drive something that gets better than 14 miles per gallon. My wife's Jeep? No. Can't get into it. There's not enough room between the steering wheel and the post that separates the windows. My daughter's Kia Optima. Yep, you can get in and out of it. It's not terribly hard to get in and out of it, but it's not very comfortable to sit in once you get into it because it's kind of like, I guess it's kind of like wedging a football into a pool pocket on a pool table. And the 14 miles per gallon is expensive. Number 9, which is the last one I have written down because I still don't have a number 10, is I would once again like to be able to run if I wanted to or needed to get somebody to help them. Now, I'm not going to run from anything because I'm an NRA member. I'm also not going to run any distances. So if y'all ever see me running, once I lose this weight, please pull over and ask me where I need to get to because it's an emergency. God built our bodies for speed over short distances, not for distance. He gave us walking and animals to ride before he gave us cars and trucks. Yes, we're not supposed to run forever just to get where we're going. All right. And probably the one that only truly obese men can understand. I would once again like to find it easier to stand up to pee than to sit down to pee. Now, of course, that don't mean I'll ever stand up to pee again because I remember feeling it splash on your legs and all that kind of stuff. It's just not fun. But there's a lot of times you're in a hurry and it's just much easier. Good thing though I'm a guy, there's no waiting in line. But that's another story for another blog, and that's not on this blog. So, I got to work tomorrow. I'm going to finish this up and head for the house. And phone's ringing after 6 o'clock. Gonna call it go. You're out. Bye.